Hello all, welcome to my channel. In today's topic, we'll see what happens when we test positive for COVID 19. So let's get into the topic. In 1 week between June 28 and July 5, the COVID 19 cases in India has more than tripled with many number of cases being reported. The surge in cases has overburdened the cities and nation's healthcare capacity, and as a result, there have been many reports of patients not finding hospital beds or treatment on time. This has led to panic and confusion about what one should do on testing COVID positive. The panic and fear of COVID is actually worse than COVID itself. That's what we have to address before anything else, says Dr. Giridhara Babu, professor at Indian Institute of Public Health. Dr. Giridhar is a member of the state's government's COVID expert committee as well as the ICMR task force for COVID. In case you or a family member suspect COVID or test positive, what you need to do here is a quick guide. First one is prevention. We were late in increasing capacity, but now most things are in place, and all that's left is community participation. The first thing for citizens to do is protect themselves, avoid the 3 C's, and do the 3 W's, says Dr. Giridhara. Avoid the 3 C's means close spaces with poor ventilation, avoid the crowds more than 2 people, and close contact. Follow the 3 W's. What are the 3 W's? Watch your distance, social distancing of at least 6 feet away from people, follow wearing a mask in public, and always wash your hands. Next, what to do if you develop symptoms of COVID 19? According to Dr. Giridhara, in the majority of the cases, patients develop only mild or moderate symptoms or no symptoms at all. Common early symptoms are cough, fever, shortness of breath, sore throat, congestion, headache, body ache, and sudden loss of smell and taste, commonly reported by new COVID 19 patients. However, some asymptomatic patients may not experience any of this, so they are advising us to stay home. If you develop symptoms, don't panic. The important thing is to stay at home and isolate yourself, says the doctors. On July 4, the state governments across India initiated a policy of permitting home isolation for asymptomatic or mild patients, including they can be treated sufficiently well at home. They also said to keep a pulse oximeter handy. Blood oxygen saturation levels play an important role in determining the severity of symptoms. If the saturation level of blood oxygen is below 90%, the patient's condition is considered severe and they need urgent treatment. If the level is above 95%, the patient is considered mostly asymptomatic. We are requesting the government to provide oximeters for every patient who is advised home isolation, says Dr. Giridhara. They also advise to consult a doctor. If you notice symptoms, talk to a doctor, preferably through teleconsultation. You can also use the Arogya Setu self-assessment app. Based on this preliminary assessment, the decision on whether or not to get tested should be made. Next thing is getting tested. Until the results of test are out, you should stay isolated at home as much as possible, according to the doctors. Testing is done at fever clinics and swab collection centers at the district and taluk levels. There are at least many clinics across the nation. Next, we'll see what happens if you test positive. In case if you test positive, first inform your district surveillance officer, all local ward officials, and you can call one of many of the following helplines according to your district level. If you are an apartment resident, you should immediately inform your local residential or apartment association who can offer support and ensure that authorities are informed. Labs will directly inform the state authorities about positive results. The local administration will send a health team to the patient's residence for medical screening. They will check the patient's body temperature, blood oxygen levels, and comorbidities like hypertension, diabetes, cancer, etc. Depending upon your symptoms, the health team will decide if you are eligible for home isolation or need treatment at a COVID facility. It is a good practice to keep a journal listing of your daily contacts. In case you test positive, all your contacts can be quickly informed and asked to go into quarantine. If your household help, cook, or driver are primary contacts, Ensure your family members inform them immediately. They say as well as the other contacts need to be quarantined themselves as per local administration surveillance team orders. Share the name and phone number of your primary contacts in the last 7 days with the government surveillance team. If you have visited public places like shops, offices, gatherings, etc., list this down along with the date and time. Keep this list ready to hand over when required. Next, we'll see what happens when you get COVID 19 positive and move to COVID facility, and afterwards, when you get discharged. Based on the screening, the patient is recommended one of the following options: home isolation or treatment and isolation at COVID care centers, government hospitals, or else private hospitals. For asymptomatic patients, those with body temperature less than 37 degrees Celsius and blood oxygen saturation levels over 95%, they are moved to COVID care centers or advised home isolation. COVID care centers are hotels, hostels, halls, etc., which have been turned into facilities for COVID patients. Earlier, they were only meant for symptomatic non patients, but now mild or asymptomatic cases are treated there. All COVID care facilities are to be equipped with pulse oximeters, handheld thermal scanners, and BP apparatus. They are also supposed to have one nurse per 500 patients at all times. Patients are given a choice on how they want to be treated depending upon their symptoms. If the patient's symptoms are minor, as is likely to be in most cases, they are given the choice of either isolating at home or at COVID care center. We expect that most of will choose home isolation when possible, as the important thing is to save beds for those who really need in severe patients, says doctors. For symptomatic patients, if the medical team finds that you have symptoms which require treatment, there are three options: government COVID hospitals, which provides free treatment, private hospitals with insurance cover, and private hospitals for those who can pay more for treatment. According to a list by on July 4 by Dr. Sudhakar, Minister of Medical Education, there are many government hospitals and medical colleges for COVID treatment in nations across the governments. There are two ways to get treated in private hospitals. If a patient is referred to private institutions by public health authorities, treatment cost is subsidized by insurance packages under the Aishman Bharat Arogya scheme. Cost is higher if a patient approaches private hospitals directly, though the state government has capped cost, but the per day treatment cost fixed for private hospitals is considerably high. Now, next, patient with mild moderate symptoms. If a body temperature is more than 37 degrees Celsius and oxygen saturation levels are between 90 to 94%, the patient will be moved to a dedicated COVID care health center. At the dedicated health center, a more comprehensive health checkup will be done. Your BP, temperature, oxygen levels, blood sugar levels, renal and liver function test will be checked. Depending upon your results, you may be sent to dedicated COVID hospital for more comprehensive treatment. There are severe cases also. If your oxygen levels are below 90%, you will be sent to a DCH, means dedicated COVID health facility directly. If you are aged above 60 years with comorbid conditions or an immunocompromised, the same applies. If a patient's health deteriorates at dedicated centers, they are also sent to a dedicated COVID hospitals also. Next, we will see discharge facility. After treatment, a patient can only be discharged if they meet certain criteria. All discharged patients are to be under 14 days of home quarantine and self monitoring. Following are the categories. For asymptomatic patients, no symptoms, no fever, oxygen levels over 95% maintained, respiratory rate less than 24 per minute, patient remains asymptomatic 10 days after the test. For mild or moderate symptoms, no fever or symptoms for 3 consecutive days, 95% oxygen levels for 4 days, resolution of breathlessness and inflammatory markers. For severe symptoms, no fever or symptoms for 3 days, oxygen at 95% for 4 days, resolution of breathlessness and inflammatory markers, complete clinical recovery, should test negative after 3 days after recovery. These are the conditions for discharging. Thank you for watching this video. I will come and share you another video If you like this video, kindly like and comment. You can also subscribe. Thank you once again. Bye.